first topic is about understanding the data by given input. Like whenever whenever we are trying to build a dashboard, primarily we need to understand the data, right? The data was given from some different sources like SQL Server, CSV, or Excel book, whatever the source may be. We need to look into the data and we need to understand that. For that, ChatGPT will help you. Like how you people think how ChatGPT will help you. For using ChatGPT, we need to write a perfect query, right? For perfect query in the sense with which the a line of code or the sentence we are giving to ChatGPT, that should be understood by the ChatGPT itself. That is the we call that as a prompt. That's a term of that particular sentence. To get a proper output, we need to give correct input. Likewise, by that we can expect something from ChatGPT in a correct way. So what should we do that? What should we do for this? Like suppose I'm considering this was my new challenge dataset which I got from FP20 Analytics. If you observe that here we are having two tables. One was tickets table and another was agents table. So from this table, I'm just copying the column headers of the table and going to ChatGPT and pasting it here. See, I have a tickets table inside Power BI report with the following columns: ID, ticket, date, employee ID, agent ID, request category, issue type, priority. What ChatGPT will do? It basically explain about each and every column, like ID ticket. What is ID ticket? What is date? What is resolution time? What is satisfaction rate? These are the simple terms we are able to understand about SLA. Likewise, if you ask, if you give the following column headers as a query like this, as a prompt like this, I have a table inside Power BI report with the following columns. It will elaborate the data. So that we can understand how what is the data and what we can do with it. Like this is the example how to write a query for understanding the data, and then querying with ChatGPT. We can ask ChatGPT to write a DAX expression for creating a calculated column or measure. See, the very beginners who are trying to get into the Power BI, getting to who want to know about Power BI and who are trying to build their dashboards at their early stage, they are not aware of these DAX expressions and calculated columns and measures. They are aware of that, but not to an extent, means not to the advanced level. But what ChatGPT will do here is, if you ask any, if I want to get the revenue of the particular country or particular state uh, yearly. So if I gave that statement, it will show you that is it good to create a calculated column or a measure. It will suggest you. Based upon the suggestion, you can take a decision and you can apply it so that you can get a calculated column or a measure. And it also suggests you to use the way of visualizing it. Here is an example. I need to separate within one thing I need to show you. Yeah, these are the tables which I had imported into the Power BI. See, the table when I load the Excel data into Power BI, it looks like this, right? And in the challenge of FP20 Analytics, if the average resolution time, it will be greater, it will be less than 3.5, will be within SLA, and the average resolution time greater than 3.5, it is outside SLA. I will show you. See, here it is. In tickets table, we need to do this required conversions for getting a proper visual, and which the client needed. So the client asked us to do this. He asked us to create a conditional column based on the resolution time. If it was less than 3 point, it was above 3.5 days, it's outside SLA, and it was if it is less than 3.5 days, it is within SLA. So what did is I had asked ChatGPT. See, I had asked ChatGPT to do that. I need separate within SLA and outside SLA. To do that, we are looking at the average resolution time. This conditional column was totally based upon average resolution time, right? So that's why I had used that term here. So if the average resolution time is above 3.5 days, it is outside SLA, and if it is below with below 3.5 days, it is within SLA. So that, see, ChatGPT had given me an measure. See, and measure DAX formula for creating a calculated column. As I had previously discussed that, it will suggest you to the better way. If it is necessary to create a measure, so it will suggest you to create the measure. If it is required to create a calculated column, it will suggest you to create a calculated column. See, here it was suggesting me to create a new column, so that uh, I got this DAX formula. I'm heading over to my Power BI, and let's check this if this DAX is working or not. Here, see, this is the column which I had created in Power Query using conditional column in the ribbon. This is the column which I had created using the DAX. Both results, the both gives the same result. You can observe that here. Like this, we can use ChatGPT querying and solving our problems. Power BI. Build your first chart. Like, you can query ChatGPT to choose a visual. Like, if you are confused with what visual need I to uh, represent for the particular data to showcase those insights, what visual should I choose? At that time, you can ask ChatGPT, like, these are my requirements, can you give the particular visual, so that I can present it over. Like, it will suggest you to create a calculated column or measure by providing DAX expressions. Also, it will guide you to build chart, like what we need to assign for x-axis and what for y-axis. Here it is a sample. I want sample, like I want to build a visual that is showing the within SLA versus outside SLA on monthly basis. So I want this required visual. Here I haven't described any visual here. Let us check whether ChatGPT was suggesting the correct visual or not. See, the same prompt I had pasted here, and what ChatGPT had told is create a date table if not already available. I had already created the master calendar table, so no need of the first step. And second step, create a measure within SLA and outside SLA. ChatGPT is asking us to create two measures. See, it directly suggest you to create a measure if because the calculated column is not required right now. So that is the reason why it was showing us to suggesting us to create a measure. So I'm copying this DAX formula. Okay, forward view. Here I'm going to create the already I had created that within SLA account. It is the same here. Calculate count rows tickets and tickets with SLA status equal to within SLA. Okay, it basically what it does is just it counts within SLA how many within SLAs are there and how many outside SLAs are there, that we are representing it in that form of measure. The next check, we'll check with the next steps here. Create a visual. Now you can create a visual such as stacked column chart. See, it was asking, it was suggesting us to create a stacked column chart, and it also tells you to what you need to keep on x-axis, what you need to keep on the y-axis. So as ChatGPT, we will we will build that visual, taking a stacked column chart, and from that on x-axis it asks to create the date, on y-axis we need to keep within SLA and outside of SLA. Like this how it works. Basically here, if possible, uh, go with the date. If the date hierarchy got created, go with that. Here see it was not. I'm going with the master calendar table. I am giving year. See how does it look. Likewise, we can create the visuals which we are wanted. Like according to the client requirements, we can build the visuals by asking ChatGPT. Like formatting your visuals. Like formatting in the sense applying some colors and making it make it more attractive and interactive. That's what formatting means. Can ChatGPT suggest you some colors for your visual? Yeah, of course it will suggest you. Like how if I ask, I want some formatting for my chart, suggest me some colors for formatting above chart. Here it has suggested few colors. For within SLA, we can choose light green, dark green, teal, light blue, and also SLA red, amber, and deep orange. So this is what we call it as we call this as hex code, which it starts with hash. We call it as hex code. So let's take light green. And for outside SLA, let's take See, likes this. Likewise, if you want any proper means, if you are in your mind, if you are having any like any visuals like with red or orange colors or violet or blue, so if you give ChatGPT the same prompt like this, suggest me suggest me some colors related to like variations with blue and format. It will give all the variations of the particular color so that we can choose any of the color, like we can check with the all three colors and we check with the another three, so uh, by that we can judge that which one will be the better one, and final decision is yours. Yeah. And I want to mention one thing for your best practices when you are using ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a LLM. We all know that's large language model. Means we need to if you want you can train that. For training for training ChatGPT, it's not a big task. It's not a rocket science. Just click on new chart, open a fresh chart, and uh, begin with giving the table names first. Begin with table names like table 1, table 2, table 3. How many tables you are having, give all those tables. After that, post your requirements, then it will give the suggestions based upon your previous chart. You trained the chat gpt to build a dashboard, right? So it will think in that way. I think you